Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Barrel and Glass. I'm Trissa and I'm here to talk about your alcohol. We are in a very special place today. This is a Toddy shop right here in UAE. So I'm here in Ras Al Khaimah at this place. It's called as Just South. And I think there are a few cluster of places just right around here actually, just south. It brings Kerala to UAE. So what we saw earlier over here, as you can see, this is showing kind of like a representation of the KSRTC bus in Kerala, or another name that people lovingly call is Anavandi. And it's a total vibe here if you're coming on the weekends, especially on the weekends. As you can see over here, we have like a toddy shop set up right over there. If you go over here, you have another restaurant. There is seating arrangement outside as well. I'm just going to enter the bus to see what is inside. Let's go. Oh, look at that. If you want to dine here in the bus, I think that's an option too. Oh, this is so cool. They have all these old Malayalam posters. Another seating arrangement that they have is right over there, outdoor seating. We're gonna go ahead and look around and see what they have to offer. Right over there is an entrance. Just gonna go there and see what is happening. So if you want like an indoor seating arrangement over here, this is the way to go. We have some traditional Malayalam songs being played on the background, along with a beautiful bar set up right over here. There's also like a bar set up on the backside over here as well. And then if you don't want like an indoor seating arrangement like how we saw over there, there's option to have outdoor seating here as well. And at night when the weather is nice, that's actually very nice. My favorite spot to sit over here is in the bamboo shed like structure that you see over there. So this has like a very traditional Kerala style seating arrangement, even how the whole shed is made of like bamboos and stuff. It's also like their very trademark way of showing the menu on whiteboard in both Malayalam and English. The inside is also pretty fun. So it's an overall an amazing experience.
We decided to go ahead and buy a plain toddy and a chili toddy. They had a few varieties of toddies, so these were the first ones that we went ahead and bought. The chili toddy was not as spicy as I thought it would be, but it did give that little zing of spice to it. It was a pretty nice, one of my top favorites from there. The plain toddy was good as well. I mean, it was pretty sweet in itself. I've had the coconut toddies before. This is a less sweeter than the ones that I've had back in Kerala, but this was pretty good as well. I definitely liked the chili more than this. So after trying the chili and the plain, we decided to go ahead and try two more flavors. This was the grape infused and the ginger infused toddy. So I was pretty excited to try. I think there was another flavor, but we stopped at 4. Next up was the grape infused toddy. I absolutely loved the combo. I felt like the grape flavor was really complementing the toddy that we had. This was definitely one of my favorites amongst the 4 flavors that I tried. Absolutely would recommend this. In my expressions, you can see I clearly enjoyed this. The 4th and final flavor that we tried was the ginger infused toddy. It was very strong ginger. I feel the flavor was very strong, coming on to me very strong. I would rank this maybe 4th in the 4 ones that I tried. And I mean, if you're somebody who enjoys the taste of ginger, go for it. They have done it really well. It has that little kick to it. We ended our night with some amazing Kerala food options that they had here.
So I wanted to get the bottle of the toddy to do like a very detailed review for you guys, but unfortunately we are not able to get the bottle on its own here. So I'm gonna go ahead and search. So when I looked up, there's a lot of sellers in Ras Al Khaimah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to these sellers and see if I can get my hands on these toddy bottles so I can give you a detailed review. So we did get it, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll give you a detailed review of it. So after having the toddy from Just South, I wanted to dig deeper into what exactly a toddy is. So I did get toddy, right? There was a shop right next to Just South, a seller selling, that was selling alcohol, and I picked this toddy up. So let's have a quick deep dive into what exactly a toddy is. So a toddy, or also known as palm wine, is a traditional alcoholic beverage made out of the sap from palm trees. So this palm tree can either be like a coconut palm tree or date palms, so like any palm tree. So the sap is extracted from tapping. Now, how exactly is toddy made? It's usually made with 2 steps. The very first is the tapping. The sap from the palm tree is usually extracted by making incisions in the flower stack or the trunk of the tree, and then the sap that is collected using containers usually made out of like bamboo or clay, and that is hung under the incision or the cut that was made. Usually the collection process happens like early in the morning or late in the evening to like prevent spoilage or like for the freshness of it. Now the second step, which is the fermentation process. As soon as the container is hung, the fermentation process happens. So this is like a natural fermentation. So the fermentation happens due to the wild yeast that is in the air and the sap itself. This, the fermentation happens within 1 to 2 hours. So as soon as the fermentation happens, the alcoholic content increases. So within 1 to 2 hours, you will get around 3 to 4% ABV. You can keep it for longer, that is usually 12 to 24, but there is a risk that it may turn sour. Basically, it turns into vinegar. It can turn into vinegar. And there is an optional third step that certain regions follow. That is an additional distillation process of the fermented toddy to give it like a higher alcoholic content. Usually between 30 to 50 ABV in that particular process. So this drink is very popular in tropical regions of Asia, Africa, Southern America, some Pacific islands as well. So let's have a closer look at the toddy that I got. So this is exported from Sri Lanka, as the label says, and has an alcohol percentage of 4 to 5%, as you can see over here. And it's best served, it's mentioned in the label as well that the temperature to store it is in the fridge. It's best served chilled. And the toddy that we did have back at Just South were different flavored toddies, they were as you saw earlier. This is just a plain toddy that we have with us here. So we're gonna go ahead and open up this toddy that we picked up and give this a smell test, right? I'm gonna pour this into a glass. So an interesting fact is toddy color can range between being clear to milky and sometimes even brown, depending on the toddy itself, the brand, the region and such. Toddies smell very sweet. This has a very sweet scent to it. And I'm just going to give this a sip. It's very nice. So since it's like the alcohol percentage is between 3 to 4, it's not very strong, doesn't hit you very strong. It gives that very refreshing taste and that feel to it, but it is also has a slight alcohol content to it. But also personally, I kind of prefer the toddy that you get from the coconut palm that you get in Kerala. I don't know, I find that really good. That's my favorite toddy. This is also really good. Definitely I prefer the coconut toddy. I haven't had a lot of exposure, but the general opinion that I get is the toddy that you get from the coconut trees is amazing. Anyways, if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to go ahead and click on the like, share and subscribe button, and let me know what you think of toddies, if you found any of the facts interesting, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.